What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Chance Bishop Show for episode 98 of our Philadelphia Phillies franchise mode here on the YouTube. Roki Sasaki getting the opening day start right there. He's headlining this rotation. But there's been one thing that's happened recently. Bryce Harper is the all-time home run leader. Last season, he broke Barry Bonds' all-time home run record. No one's quite beat his single-season home run record yet, because 72 in itself is insane. And then a 73rd on top of that is absolutely bonkers. But, hey, what are we to do right now? What's going to happen when it's all said and done? And that's not a question that I'm here to ask. I'm just trying to figure out what's going to go on with the rest of this series. Philadelphia, let's see how they're doing. They're above 500 right now. Take a look at the All-Star game. Andrew Painter makes it for Philadelphia for the rotation. Sub-3 ERA. Let's see any closers. No one's closing in the All-Star game for Philly. No catchers. No first baseman. No second baseman. No third baseman. We have a shortstop. Bergola makes it. 19 home runs, batting .315 on this season. Keeping pace with Tatis. Outfield, anyone there? Right field, maybe? No right field, no Soto, no Julio, no one. That's absolutely wild that we had no one in the outfield make it. Bryce Harper, Julio, Juan Soto, all these guys who do very well with this team just don't seem like they had it this season. At least they didn't have it in a sense to make an All-Star game. Which is unfortunate. It does suck when you see that. Soto, 22 home runs on season, 17 for Bo, 21 for Harper, 25 for Julio. Green's doing his thing. Stott, Ohape, and Bergola, of course, made the All-Star team. Bench-wise, 291 from Garcia, 275 from JT. Mayton, batting 192. Harper creates a brand new home run club, the 800 home run club. 807 career home runs for the 41-year-old Bryce Harper. 22 years in the league, over 800 home runs. Painter 9 wins, Abel 7, 10 from Krause, 6 from Ian Anderson. The bullpen, it's kind of very hit or miss. It's either they're mostly really bad, actually. Oh, that's unfortunate. Josh Hader, down to a 66 overall. 32 saves, though, which is pretty nice. 614 in his career. So, he's had himself a very good career. And that's something to scoff at right there. An ERA just above 3 now after a couple bad seasons. 3.03. Still not a bad ERA in the grand scheme of things. For a closer-wise, maybe not the best ERA to have a career 3.03 ERA. But when you're getting over there, over 600 saves, that's a very good season right there. It's a very good career for a lot of players. We get to September, make our call-ups right now, and we have this problem where we don't actually have enough players in our organization, so we have to sit there and kind of play auto-adjust and auto-fix all for September, because our team, apparently we just don't have anyone in the minor leagues, which is hilarious. I don't know how we don't have any minor leaguers. Our minor league team is apparently just kind of falling apart. No one's in the league. No, I guess no one's in the minor league for us. Mostly because we can't afford anyone. We can't afford to bring in veteran free agents to put in the minors. We can't afford to bring in really cheap, like 50-year-olds who are 50 overall. Either. We just don't have the cap space right there. Congratulations, the Phillies are 88 wins. I believe they make the wild card. Take a look at how Philadelphia ends up. A lot of players are doing very well in the power numbers, it seems like, which is very surprising. Only 8 from Ohape, 29 from Bergola. He's a slugger from that shortstop position. The defense, I guess the bench, doing fairly well. JT does his thing. Casey Martin gets called up. He does okay in 31 at-bats. 13 wins for Sasaki. 14 for Andrew Painter. We have 9 for Mick Abel, 15 for Krause, and 8 for Ian Anderson. The bullpen, I'm ready to get hurt right now. Okay, so far so good. 570 ERA, 716, 524. That's not what I wanted. 480, so Hader did bring his ERA down a smidge right there. 49 saves on the season, 631 in his career. His career 305 ERA after a couple not so great seasons in a row. Now, Philadelphia, we got bumped by the Pirates. I mean, unfortunately, we're just kind of at that stage now where if we make the playoffs, it's a wild card team, and I don't know if we really have the talent to kind of get across the hump. The Mets defeat the Athletics in the 2034 World Series. I hate to see that. I hate to see that of all the National League East teams to win a World Series, it just had to be the Mets. Like, come on. It couldn't have been the Nationals. It couldn't have been the Braves. It couldn't have been the Marlins. It had to be the Mets of all teams. Like, come on. The Mets end their World Series drought, at least. They win their first World Series in a very long time. It's the first time since, like, Darryl Strawberry was there where they won a World Series. Dwight Gooden, yeah, those guys. That was the last time they won a World Series. Jose Reyes, David Wright, those guys never won anything in New York. They lost to Philadelphia more than their fair share of times. But as we make our way through the awards, Miguel Amaya, 625 average. That is disgusting in the World Series right there. Dude just came up and they're like, well, you're going to get a hit. It's just kind of how it worked, apparently. He just comes up and he just did his thing. Absolutely just killed it. Going through the American League right now, anyone stand out? We're seeing a lot more generated players than real players. You got Henry Davis right there. Nick Yorks, Jordan Walker, Jordan Lawler. All right, so we got Acuna still. He's still in the league. Albert Olivo, former Phillies prospect that got traded there. I mean, hey, there are some players who are still around in the league. Josh Hader calls it a career Hader. So close to the all-time saves record, and he just hangs it up. I think he was less than 20 away from breaking the all-time saves record, held by Mariano Rivera. Victor Mesa Jr. retires. Let's see, any other big names calling it a career? Jake Bowers. Nice to see him. Ryan Borucki hangs it up. Jake Berger, Zach Birdie. Yoenis Cespedes' younger brother hangs up the spikes. Let's see, anyone else going to call it a career? Jake Fraley, TJ Friedel. We have Ginkel. We have Nick Gordon, Josiah Gray. We're starting to get some actual players who... A lot of the younger players are starting to retire right now. Nomar Mazara, Jake McCarthy, Ryan McMahon, Yon Moncada, Cole Reagans, Victor Reyes, Brian Reynolds, Jojo Romero, former Philly right there. You like to see Jojo holding out so long. But Elise Sanchez, Christopher Sanchez, another former Philly right there. Kyle Wright kind of rounds it out. But take a look at Hader, 631 career saves. I believe he's less than 20 from the all-time saves record. 35 earned runs, 8 home runs, a 4.80 ERA. 631 career saves. That puts him second all-time on the career saves list. Doesn't make him go to the Hall of Fame, though. Second in all-time saves, the Phillies' all-time saves leader by a landslide. And he doesn't even make the Hall of Fame here in 2034. Like, come on. Like, what is this game? How does the Hall of Fame inducting work? Because I clearly don't know how it works. JT offering him a 2-year deal to be a depth piece. Dude just wants to hang out on the bench, get a couple mil a year, play a couple games, hit some home runs, get some RBIs. Dude, do your thing. Take a look at the free agent list. Quinn Priester, Matthew Liberatore, MJ Melendez. Fernando Tatis is up there. Cade Cavalli. There are some players who are free agents right now. George Kirby, Harry Ford. A lot of these players are old now that were in 2034. Because you got to think they were 22, 24, 25 years old in 2022. Now... 10 years later, 10 plus years later, they're 35, 36 years of age, which is absolutely wild to think that we've gotten this far into a series where the young players are now the old players in the league. Lou Bob's still holding on. It's crazy to see players that just kind of hold on. Brady Singer, we're going to bring him into Philadelphia to replace Josh Hader, a 5-year deal. Gunnar Hoglund goes to Pittsburgh. All right, Gunnar, you're leaving Oakland, going to Pittsburgh. Not sure if that's a win. MJ goes to the Padres right there on a 1-year deal. Spencer Strider goes to the Cardinals. All right, Spence, you 87-year-old, 36-year-old. No, I mean, you're doing your thing. Lee Bertour, he goes to the Padres, so he's kind of replacing, I guess he's what Spencer Strider's replacing. Tatis goes to Cleveland. He's going to be the Guardians' starting shortstop after having a pretty good year, 36 years of age. Not bad. Now, taking a look at the Phillies lineup going into the 2035 season, the lineup for the most part is staying the same. The bench is staying the same. The rotation is the same. Brady Singer's the new closer. But next time, YouTube, though, peace out, rock on, stay super classy, and catch you on the next